So back in Maya, I'm going to import that template mesh that we just exported. I'm going to give it a prefix just in case. So you should immediately see that we have a pretty good match to our scan, but it won't be completely perfect, but it'll give us a really good starting point. So with the tool open, I'm going to set our input DNA to the DNA file that we just exported. And I'm going to build a partial rig, so we just want joints. So what I've done there is just build the mesh and the joints from the DNA file and import our scan mesh and our template mesh, and you can see that we have this offset. So basically what MetaHuman has done is it's guessed an approximate height for the asset, and it's put the head in a sensible place. And we can choose to use this, or we can rig down here. I'm just going to keep everything down here in the scan space for now, and we can always adjust this later. So I am gonna blend shape our head mesh to our template mesh. So now we have our nice clean topology, and we're ready to start work on trying to match this up a little closer to our scan. So first thing I'm going to do is just try and match up these eyelids a little better. So I'm going to use the sculpting tools for this. Okay, so I've finished working on the eyelids here. So I spent a little bit of time on these eyelid creases, just getting them to match up the scan a little better, and making sure that those creases were really clean on the inside and sharp and even. It's worth spending a little bit of time on that to make it as clean as you can, so that the blink shapes will look nice and accurate. So from that, I've also duplicated the mesh and subdivided it once. And what we're going to do now is project this onto the scan. So I'm going to use the shrink wrap deformer, and I'm going to change the settings to vertex normals, and we want that to be bidirectional. Don't worry about all these crazy spikiness. We're going to blend out some of these regions. I'm also going to do some shape preservation, bump up the steps, and do a reprojection per step. So I'm going to go ahead and blend shape this. So, so now we can see the effect of the shrink wrap in a bit more detail. So I'm going to start blending out some regions. Sorry if you can hear noises in the background, by the way, that's my dog chewing on a bone. So I'm going to start by blending out the inner mouth, and I'm just expanding my vertex selection to cover most of the lips to begin with, and then we can blend some of that back in again. Okay, so I think we've gotten rid of all the troublesome issues, and now it's time to blend these whites a little. Okay, so I'm going to paint back some of the lip influence here. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how the lips are looking there. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how that's blended. So just to show you a before and after, that's before the shrink wrap and that's after. So we are gaining quite a lot of nice skin detail from that. There's still a couple of slight issues here and there, but we're going to smooth that out manually. Okay, so we've just cleaned up the eyelids there and gotten rid of a few bits that we don't like.